you know, Denver makes history in this election. The Mile High City just reported 84% of voters turned in their ballots for the November general election. That is the highest turnout for Denver ever. And joining us now is former State Senator Polly Baca, a longtime Colorado Democrat, who will be casting one of Colorado's 9 Electoral College votes. Polly, we're happy to have you here. Thank you for coming in.
I'm delighted to be here, and I'm so excited about that news. That is wonderful.
Isn't that exciting about Denver? Yes, definitely. I know you are required by state law to vote for Hillary Clinton, but you're part of a group that's starting a revolt here, right?
Well, where we're at is that we believe, and I truly believe, that we are authorized by the United States Constitution to gather and to vote for whomever we believe would be a good president of the United States. And this was actually set up by Alexander Hamilton when he wrote Federalist 68, and he did that in order to assure that we would not elect someone that would be a danger to our country. And I personally believe that Mr. Trump is a danger to our country.
So your group, and how many of you are there right now?
Well, I couldn't tell you the exact number because it's constantly, you know, we've been working. I can tell you this, that we have a lot of young people involved in this that are strong supporters of this movement because they understand the importance of electing someone for their generation, for years to come, that is a responsible, qualified person to lead our country. And I think they're also concerned about the challenges that we've received from Mr. Trump against the First Amendment and against the part of the Constitution that says you cannot be indebted to any foreign country and you cannot accept anything from foreign country if you are president of the United States. And those are the two parts of the Constitution that he seems to rail against. You know, he has said constantly, I mean, he just seems to be so challenging to the media and challenging to people who want to convene or assemble peacefully, and quite frankly, challenging free speech. You know, and that's a threat to our nation.
So when the electors get together, who will you vote for?
Well, we'll see. And part of the reason I say we'll see is that right now what we're trying to do, you know, obviously, if there were 270 votes for Hillary Clinton, I would be voting for Hillary Clinton. But since it's going to be probably impossible, unless the recount succeeds, to get 270 votes, what we're doing is talking to Republicans about their conscience and about their moral responsibility, just like I have a moral responsibility to vote for someone that would be good for our country. So we're talking to the Republican electors and seeing if we can put together 270 votes for an alternative candidate. I'm willing to vote.
So you would vote for a Republican?
Absolutely. If it was somebody like a John Kasich or John Huntsman or any of those even a Mitt Romney, you know, somebody who we know cares about this country and will follow the laws of this country.
So you need 37 people?
We need 37 Republicans to go along with the Democrats to do this. And should that not happen, if we don't get the 270 votes, the second strategy is to prevent Donald Trump from getting 270 votes. And should that happen, and nobody gets 270 votes, then it'll be thrown into the House of Representatives.
A lot of people say this is futile, that it's a waste of time. What do you say to that?
So many people say so many things. I mean, I grew up, I came of age in the 60s, and I've been involved in every presidential race since 1960. And so many things have been impossible. You know, what we were doing in the civil rights movement, well, it was impossible, and yet we did it. We got the right to vote. We got, you know, we ended segregation. You know, we were able to get the Equal Employment Opportunities Commission passed. We were able to get the Civil Rights Act. We were able to get the Voting Rights Act. We even got, and I was very much a part of getting the bilingual provisions of the Voting Rights Act. And so a lot of things in my lifetime, people have said, oh, it's impossible. And I just don't believe it.
So I know you've been in politics for a very long time. Was this year unlike anything you'd ever seen, Polly?
It is the first time in my life, and I stress the fact that I've been, you know, in politics and supported candidates that didn't win before. You know, this is the first time in my life that I have actually been afraid of the candidate that was chosen by the Republicans. I'm actually concerned about our country. I'm truly afraid for our country, and that's why we're doing this.
Is there anything he can do, anything you can see Donald Trump do that would reach out to half the country who did not vote for him?
I wish there was. I really wish there was. But 70% of his charges in the campaign, the fact finders said were lies. You know, unfortunately, I believe he's a pathological liar. 70% of his statements were not truth.
Let's talk about the elector group that you're working with. What happens now? What's going on behind the scenes right now?
We're talking, and we're calling, and we're communicating with one another, and we're seeing what we can do. You know, it's a possibility. It is possible.
So, with just a few seconds left, what's the deciding factor?
270 votes for either a single alternative candidate or preventing Mr. Trump from getting 270 votes.
Okay, we'll keep watching. We'll keep calling. Thank you,
wish
Polly.
us luck.
Thanks for joining us. We'll be right back.